Hi, Pete here from Intricate Nature, and I just want to show you, when building with pallets and setting them on the ground, it's good to put a piece of pressure treated so below it. So what I put down there was a piece of pressure treated. They come on between the stacks of plywood, these 2x3s. That sits underneath the bottom of this last piece that goes in of my composting toilet. I'm going to show it to you. That's sitting down there. A little zoom action there. You can see I put in a right there is a house jack, so it's a structural pole, and I put that in from tree to tree, and it's adjustable. And I got that side over there lagged into a tree, and the other side just loose, and that way it allows it to slide just a little bit. But it's never going to come out because it's behind both trees. So both trees would have to come down and the entire earth would have to fall over for that thing to go. Then the outside is supported by a pallet there, and this final pallet that I showed you in the beginning that we're going to drop in place. And let me take you down there here. So here we are. We're down the hill a little bit, and we are definitely building in an incline here. So one area I'm going to have to carve steps on at some point is right. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to walk to this point. You walk down here around this old sandstone and go across here. You go inside here, and inside there will be waiting a comfortable composting toilet. It'll be a throne in the woods with a view overlooking the valley. And only you and the deer can enjoy it. But the deer are going to be looking up going, "What are you doing up there?" Anyway, just wanted to show you how this worked and how I built this. For the most part, I used straps, shipping straps around the tree. I already took the top one down, but that was for a safety change while I was working on the cliff area. It's good to have and be safe. I've cut the trench for the last piece. The trench is going to fit up to there. Last piece is going to sit right in here. I've already pre-cut it. And that will put it in. It will mirror this one for the most part. And the toilet at some point will be right up in here. So there we are. It's pretty level, not too bad. I can adjust it with the toilet. And on top of this, what I've decided to do, since this is 3/4 and this structural post goes through that, 3/4 really isn't structural, so I'm going to lay another whole nother level of 1 inch over the top of this and put in 2x4s around the bottom, so I'll frame the bottom of these walls. Windows there, a slant roof going off the front, a door right here, and then at this point I'm going to put in a post from here to here. I'm going to tie that into these two giant rocks here into a big old frame, and I'm going to put a bottom in that, and I'm going to fill it with dirt, and that's going to act like a counterbalance just in case. There we go. There it is. That's Intricate Nature's new composting toilet for the outdoors. Hopefully you all get to come out and enjoy a seat. Thanks for watching. Okay, so what I want to show you is these are restaurant wheels, and on the bottom of a garbage can, you see that it's got wheels on the bottom. Well, this one's broken off. A lot of times when they reuse too much, they break off, they rust, they're no good. So what I did was I had another one like this, and I took all the wheels off and I ground off the studs. And I'll show you what it is here. That's the start of one of it. So there is the one that I took all the stuff off of. You can see the wheels are gone. And then I cut this out right here on the other one. This piece was like right there. So I drilled it out where the holes met, so I could keep my line. And I put a jigsaw in there and I cut it all the way out, sorry, cut it all the way around. It was right there. So now this is going to be, this right here. You see how it sits right here? So then I took a 5-gallon bucket and I cut the lid out. And you can see where I cut it out of. It's gone. So this piece right here, I cut. And it's going to be sitting right on top just like that. So there you have it, where it sits right there. And it'll fit right in. Eventually I'll put some screws in here. And this is where we're going to sit for a composting toilet. Stay with me and I'll show you how the rest of it goes together. So we're going to take this off for now. And I cut templates in circles. Pull this out of the way. And what I've decided to do was on this side, I took a top So I took a top of a 5-gallon bucket lid and I drilled a hole and then I cut it out following this edge all the way around. See how that fit together in there. So I cut at this edge all the way around and this ring is going to go on the bottom of this bucket. So when it's turned over, it will be at the bottom. And that will give me a finished edge to clean. If I need to put my hands down in the composting toilet that drops through to my tree bog. Now I can't get it off. Alright, so what I did was made a template. You can see it right there. And this goes on like so. And that sits down just a little ways. And then this is going to go right over the top of that. And then I cut a second one, a little bit smaller. And it goes down right over the top like that. And it will be squished together and glued here. And then I will put screws in there into this plate. And it'll all be glued together. And then when it's done, it'll be a solid base and a bottom, and I can screw this into my floor. And then if you look inside, then I'll have if anybody poops a little bit or something gets on the side, it'll go down and drip below. It won't sit on plywood, which is really good for human waste. You don't want that in the wood. And since we get wood, we don't want that happening. So I want to make sure that it stays as much good as possible. And then this template piece that I had, this piece of wood here, cracked on me. But basically, that I'm going to put lined wood all the way around this. And then I'm going to flip it back and put it back on top. For now I'm not going to do it because it'll fall all over the place. So we're going to put this back on top of here. And there will be wood under the underside of here. This is an old pickle bucket. And then I'm going to take pieces of wood, I'm going to go way down the sides all the way around and make it a solid frame so you're not like teetering back and forth on this. And then it'll be solid. I'll be able to screw that in. And then I was thinking maybe take a part of an old chair and maybe putting this at the top part and maybe cutting it in, and we'll see how it works. So stay with me and I'll show you how it goes. Alright, so I just want to show you real quick this. I put screws in and I screwed through there into this piece right here, and then I clamped it together and I screwed both of them together. So now we have, and then I use PL underneath this ring, and I use PL between the ring and between the two of them, and I use PL 375, and then I cleaned out the inside edge And so basically what we're going to have is a fixed toilet, a fixed ring, and then I put some in the sides, just kind of fill it in a little bit. And that's sturdy. That's going to be our sleeve to come down through. And now we're going to work on the top. Stay with me. Put the door in, and last we stopped, we only had these halfway up, so I end up cutting pallets, making a custom slant, and putting in this piece. And if you remember correctly, we had this piece here, so now we pan back a little bit. I put in all that, and I made a custom piece here. And I put in hurricane anchors to tie the roof in that I put in it, which is also a pallet. And then I put in truss plates, which I burned them off the other one, so I reused them, so they actually joined the what the hurricane anchor is tied into this plate, and they tie that plate all the way through into the next piece down. And then down in here I also put truss plates tying in these corners together. You see that? And then I made another one for this side. It goes up to the top. You can see the top. I also use hurricane anchors up there as well. And then it's just screwed to the bottom of the door frame. That becomes the bottom piece. Now the door frame's in straight, plumb, level. However, the entire structure is twisted. And I think what happened was, when I started building 2 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago, I think it was 4 weeks ago, the structure settled. So now I came to put the top on and put the door on, and that makes the door look really crooked. But that's okay, because the door is actually plumb, which means the outside door will work perfect. It's just the structure looks crooked, but that's okay. We're on the side of the hill, and it's been a fun build. See how it's tied in there? It'll never slide off the, I think it'll slide off the bank as long as these two trees are intact. So even though it looks really, really goofy right there, and on an angle, it is what it is. So I'm going to get a new floor in here. Since it's settled, the whole floor, in order to be level, is going to be all the way up here. See a difference there? It's like 5.5 inch difference because it's settled out there. And that's okay with me. So I'll put the level floor in, then I'll get the pass-through commode put in, and then I'll get a door on here. And then probably is going to be all there's going to be to it today, because I'm getting tired of working on this. Eventually, I'm going to put a window in right here, and a window in right here. This is about north right here. This whole corner, and I want to leave this solid. I don't think I'm going to put one in here, because I think I'm going to put the commode like right here, so you can sit down here, face this direction, and you can look out either way. Not that we need to look out the window when we're using the commode, but why not? So just want to show you what I got going here before I started flooring in the floor. This pallet actually came with the plywood already attached, but I ended up shooting it all, nailing it all down. And then I have some roofing with some 50-year rubberoid roofing material I put on the top. A friend of mine pulled it off a garage. He was going to reuse it, and then he ended up giving it to me. So you can see I've pre-roofed the entire piece before I put it all the way down. And eventually I'm going to put siding up here, cover these gaps. The siding will go all the way up to all the way down. That creaking noise you hear is what happens when This tree moves out a little bit. This plate moves in and out, in and out. But it's not going anywhere. Should look pretty nice when it's done. So it's not complete yet, but I do have the pass-through design of a composting toilet. Got the floor in. You can see all the way down in there. I'm going to pause it for. So what we have here is 69 inches from butt to ground. It'll probably roll a little bit more. And I set it up so you can sit whatever way you want. And we then walk past here, grab my latch, open the door, and out I go. And right here, probably put some sawdust, and I also made a cover. Maybe you don't want to use the toilet while you're changing the clothes. So there you go. Composting toilet, although it's not completely done, is open for business. Pretty cool, huh? Thanks for watching Intricate Nature.